Girl Bella.
Hello babes and welcome back to Brown Girl Bella. I am bringing this to you vlog style again because admittedly I am lazy and my SD card as well as my clothes that I packed for my trip that I just came back from a few weeks ago is still not unpacked. Now I did unpack all the clothes that were soiled, put those in the laundry. So I did do some, but I have not done all of the unpacking. I've unpacked the carry-on and all of my toiletries and my makeup, but I have not unpacked all of my clothes. Lazy, I know. Also, yes, I did take my braids out already. Actually, you're probably gonna see a video of me talking about taking them out before you see this video, but yes, I took them out. And the reason why I have the scarf on, other than the fact that it's giving me Parisian vibes, is because my hair looks like somebody stuck it in the light socket. It is huge. And as you can see, black hair does, shrivel up. So that's, that's not uncommon. But, we maintained a little bit of growth, but I do have a lot of work that I need to do to kind of like get my hair back to, fighting weight and strength and all of that good stuff. I am doing this video also vlog style because I want to show you all of the makeup that I used for my trip. Notice I didn't say all the makeup that I packed for this trip because I packed way more product than I actually wore. So I'm only showing you the actual product that I wore when I went to Paris and Rome. So without any further preamble, let's jump in. Okay, babe, so I threw on some sunscreen really quickly off camera, but I wanted to share with you the products that I took with me and used for, I have to stress that because I cannot believe how much stuff I packed versus how much stuff I actually used. And it is my own fault because I needed to edit and I knew I needed to edit what I was going to use and I did not. And so that's what I get. So I am grateful though that I came back with everything that I left with. I'm going to start off with my Say. Bring it in. This is the concealer and shade twins. You're going to get shade number 18. And I love how creamy this is, and you don't need a whole lot of product for your under eye, and even an under eye with as much discoloration as I have. This works really, really well and provided me with a nice light to medium coverage. As I think I mentioned before I left, European women, well, especially Parisian women, don't really wear a whole lot of makeup. They mostly wear, a very light coverage during the day, and then for night we'll switch to a heavier lipstick. So I kind of adopted that model for my travels in Paris. So you'll see when I'm showing you the pictures of me at like museums or out to dinner, things like that, I mostly wore either a light lip gloss or my Dior lip oils. And for night, I used either my red lipsticks or a heavier like lip gloss. But I'm mostly stuck with really like shiny lips, but not, you know, overly saturated for my lip colors. You know, something that looked very neutral for daytime, and then nighttime, you know, put a little bit more on in terms of lip color. Brows, I did bring the Dior Show. Come on, focus, focus. There we go. Vlog camera's working today. There's Dior Show. This is in the shade 05, which I believe is black. Took this with me because I knew that I was going to be basically jumping up, getting ready like really, really quickly. And I wanted my makeup choices to reflect that because I didn't want to spend too much time just, you know, doing my makeup, especially for the daytime when I was just walking around and sightseeing and doing all that stuff. So this is mostly what I stuck to. And then for evening, I kept the brows as is, and if necessary, I would add just a little bit more color. But I really found that this is the reason why I love using Dior products, because I really didn't have to reach for anything, and I didn't have to reach for this product twice. Let's move on to foundation. Now, I use the Westman Atelier foundation stick. Again, shade Twins. We are going for Atelier number 11. And this is a light to medium foundation stick. It works so well. I didn't have to fuss with this at all, which is, again, one of the bonus points that I will say for the makeup choices that I used. All of them, I really didn't have to fuss too much with it. I also brought 2 blushes. I brought more than 2, but these are the 2 that I use, and they're both by Kier Weiss. The first one that I used, and I can't remember the name, I'm so sorry, but it's like a nice pink blush color. And this just gave me a very nice, just hint of coverage in terms of, you know, just being there. Like, you can see the blush, and I'm blending it out with my finger and applying it with my finger, which I sometimes did while I was on vacation, but I did bring my tools, my travel tools set that I got from Sonia G to use to do my makeup. And like I said, just a nice hint, flush of color, perfect for daytime. And then for night, if I felt like I needed to, I would plus it up with another hit of color, or I would just combine the pink, if I wore the pink, or the orange, which is the second one that I got and brought with me. That's this color. And I would just double it to give me more color. And again, I'm stippling it with the same brush that I used for my foundation, which is why it's a little discolored in here, but you still get the sense that, well, at least I hope you do, that this really pops. And you can see like a little glow when the light hits my skin. Love this, because on days that I forgot to put on highlight, which were many days, I grabbed this, put it on my skin, and it was almost like I had highlight on. Now let's move on to eyes, because this was an interesting discovery for me in terms of eyeshadow. I really did not use a whole lot of eyeshadow. I brought the Natasha Denona singles, so these that I'm gonna use. I start off with this one from the Camel palette. This is called Zand. Use the Jumbo Worker for this because I just really placed this all over the lid. Certain days I did like a one and done, but for the most part, this is what I did. And then after I applied this, I would either use my finger to apply, or I would use another fluffy brush to brush on some shimmer. So I brought this single, which is from Natasha Denona's I Need a Nude eyeshadow palette. This is in the shade Muse. Very nice, daytime friendly eyeshadow. And I just use this as like a topper for my lids. And for nighttime, if I wanted to plus it up, I would go in with my finger and just add more to the lids. Or what I would do is double it by using this single from, I forget which palette this is from, but it is in the shade called Obey. And this gave me like a little bronzy hint to it. So like for my birthday, I just popped that on right in the center of the lid for just an added sparkle. To the lids. Other shade that I brought with me and used was a metallic eyeshadow, also from Natasha Denona. And this is in metallic steel blue. Again, I would pop it onto my lids, or I would take my pencil brush and I would just add it to my lower lash line. So again, these were absolutely perfect for me to use. The other thing that I used, and I put it back, did bring both of my Westman Atelier iPods to use as well, and I did use them. I just didn't use them as often. So I brought this set, which was Rendezvous, and it contains Frap, which is a nice, beautiful chocolate color. Beautiful. I love these iPods. They're really, really come in handy. This is Bon Chance. And let's open that up. It's a beautiful green. I also use this to line my lower lash line for a couple of days. And then this last one is Bisou, which is a beautiful pink color, like a salmon pink. So pretty. Hence why I got this one. And I think this is the first iPod set that I got from Westman Atelier. So I brought this with me. And I also brought this set with me, which I didn't need, but since I brought it, I did use it for a couple of days. And this set is called the Le Pas de You. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It just came from Paris. You would think I'd pick up a thing or two about the accents, right? Not really. This one is called Fête. Beautiful, beautiful color. Gives me like an orange vibe. So pretty. And so creamy when it goes onto the lid too. Really nice. This one is called Mink. This is another one that can be a great one and done for people who don't want to fuss with eyeshadow. And I definitely did that on this trip as well. And then this last one is called Smudge, which I used as a liner for some days and as a all over lid color for some days as well. Beautiful, beautiful curated iPods. I don't know why I don't get more of these because they come in so handy, and I love the ease of use and the fact that you really get a nice payoff for days that you're not really, feeling like, doing a whole lot with your eyeshadow, but you still want to look like you did a little something. Boom, this was perfect. And for the lashes, I did bring my Dior Show travel mascara, and I brought my Benefit and the Benefit in Fan Fest and the Fenty Beauty. And so for this demo, I'm going to use, it's just putting on my mascara primer. You know I love my primers. I'm going to put on both the Fan Fest and the Fenty Beauty next. So the Fan Fest has a beautiful curl, and what I love about this mascara is if you're in a rush, you can definitely do 2 coats of this and really feel like you've done something with your lashes. And because of the curl of the wand, I did not bring any eyelash curlers, and this stayed up all day. And if I were going out to dinner for the evening, I would do another coat for the evening of both the mascaras to do like 4 coats for the evening and 2 coats for daytime. And as you see from the pictures, it looked beautiful. Like I had on little Demi Wispies or something, but it was just mascara. And of course my primer, which I'm using the L'Oreal, but I don't know, babes, if you use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Mascara Primer, let me know what your thoughts are about it lately. I just feel like I need to go in and use it multiple times. Like I need to do like 2, 3, sometimes even 4 passes to see it on my eyelash, which wasn't always the case. Like I just feel like the last 2 bottles that I've gotten have been really lackluster in terms of giving me an effective eyelash primer experience. So I don't know if it is maybe the batch that is in my local CVS, if that's what's bad, or if they have changed the formula maybe, and now it's not as opaque as it once was. There's definitely a difference. So if you use it, let me know, because I'm thinking that I may give it a break for a little while and go back to my Lancome. I just got a new Lancome primer from Ulta for my birthday gift. So I'm thinking maybe I will go back to Lancome for a few and give the L'Oreal a little rest. I also have another one of my Chanel primers. That's my ultimate in terms of like the best one. And she really gives you like your money's worth. I never have to worry about having it show up on my lashes when I use, all right, I went a little heavy on this side. So I just wanted to even it up. But you can see like these two mascaras together work beautifully. And I know that certain people were saying that it's hard to get off. I don't find that it's hard to get off, but when I get to when I finish this and I get to my makeup remover, I have a new makeup remover that I've been using in this month that I used in September before I left. I did not have a small size of it to take with me, so I didn't take it with me on the trip. But I will show you the makeup remover that I did use while I was on the trip, and that worked also flawlessly. So this is the finished eye look. And before I forget again, let me go grab the highlight. So again, I packed way more highlighters and bronzers than I actually used. So these are the two that I really stuck with on my trip. Firstly, for highlight, I used the Fenty Beauty, and this is in Hustler Baby. And I'm surprised because I've had Hustler Baby in this size for a while now. And I thought, maybe that's the wrong choice, because I thought maybe, you know, it hit hard pan or it's not gonna be, you know, as effective because I had it for a while. As you can see, I needn't worry because she clocked in and she said, Shannon, I'm ready for duty. Tap me in, sis. I got you. She held me down. This is all I used. Every picture, every video that you've seen thus far of my travels, Hustler Baby was on my skin. And then for bronzer, when I remembered, because I didn't always remember, but when I did, I used Caramel Cutie, which again is a bronzer that I've had for a while. And when I was looking to pack my makeup, I was like, okay, I'm running out of space, so I need something that is small, portable, and works, you know, because we don't want no half steps on our birthday. And again, she held me down. She clocked in and said, I got you, sis. And boom, had me, she did. And that's all I did for bronzer. I brought my bronzer sticks. I brought another powder one. Didn't even use it. Didn't even pick it up. For powder, and I did do this very often because I didn't know how the weather was going to be, if it was going to be a little humid, and if I was going to need, you know, more powder. But in terms of like who is reliable, who clocks in, who like, you know, does the job without me even worrying, we're going to give it to my Givenchy, and this is the Pope Lime Mimosa number 5. I have it in the travel size, which is what I brought with me. And I just dusted this when I was finished doing my makeup all over the face and forehead. It held down the shine, especially when I was in Italy, because that was a little bit more humid than Paris was, but held me down. I'm just putting a little bit more powder on my under eyes, which is what I did, and then whatever was left, I just took that small brush, tapped it in, and just went over some areas of concern for like making sure that no oils pop out and that it left my skin looking like a filter, which is why Givenchy, I don't know what you did to that formula, because I've been hearing stories that the new formula of this is not like the old. So here's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be using the ones that I have, including, I have 4 and I have 5 of the powders, and then I have the 4 in the travel size. I'm gonna use these until you come back to your senses and change back the formula. We're not doing nothing else. We're not doing nothing else. As I was packing, like I said, I definitely overpacked. I did bring with me my Dior lip oils, which I'm gonna show you. I have 4 of these bad boys, and I didn't know I had 4 because there were 2 that I couldn't find. They were in my purse. So ironically, one of the purses that I packed had, I believe, this one, which is, I believe this is the cherry one. It's 004, the pink one. And I brought 100, and I also found the lilac one, which is the newest one that I had. So I brought these 2. I know they look the same, but they give off different tones. So this is the one that I use the most. This is the pink one. Most days I didn't even line. I just put this on. For evening time, I brought with me the Dior, and this is, I believe, the Dior in Forever something. Forever Dior, maybe. The other thing that I brought with me for daytime was my YSL. And I forget which ones these are. If they're the Lip Shine, the Lip Butters. There's so many versions of them. And I have almost all of the versions of them. But I got this one off of the site because this one has my initials. So this has BGB for Brown Girl Bella. And I love this color. I absolutely love this color. This is like the perfect nudie pink lips for looks that are my lips but better, because I have like little pinky colored lips anyway. Hang on, I just want to wipe this off before I forget. So because, you know, my lips have a little bit of pink hue to it naturally, when I put that on, it's just like my lips just sing. It just takes it to another level. And I love that. So that is what I use during the day when I wasn't using the Dior lips. Now, the pencils that I brought, I mostly stuck with my Mented if I did do lip liner. And like I said, I didn't do it often, but let me just show you how it looks together with the lip oil. Because you know, everything 90s is back in. And that was my era, honey. 90s, that's me all day, every day. So this was just up my alley. And again, I made it a little defined when, like I said, I remembered to do it. I did make it a little bit more defined so you can see that I was using lip liner. But when I marry it with my lip oil, which has that pinky hue to it, and then the brown, again, it gives me a nice pinky glossy look to work with the other one, which also gives me a glossy look, but it's more like a balm type, whereas this one is more gloss. And then the other liners that I brought with me but barely used was the NYX, and this was in the shade Plush Red. It's my go-to. And then this one by House Labs, which is, I think, called Dragon Fruit. Is that right? No. It's called Cerise Matte. And this is a nice pinky color. And I might have used this once when I did the really bright pink look that, by the way, Bae hates. He hated that lipstick. But I'm like, look, I don't have any more candy yum yum and I need a bright lip. I'm on vacation. I need it. Didn't really go with the occasion though. So I guess I'm gonna have to save that for when I'm like out with the girls on vacation, because Bae totally hated it. He totally hated it. But that is all of the things that I used makeup wise. Let me show you what I used before I went on the trip to take off my makeup. And then I'm gonna show you all of the skincare that I used on the trip. Makeup remover. And like I said, I used this before I went on my trip, but I didn't bring this with me because it's a large size and I didn't want it to get caught by TSA. This is by Charlotte Tilbury and it's called Take It Off. So again, stubborn mascara, makeup, it just melts it all off. When I am using this mascara specifically, because Benefit did not play when it came to this FanFest mascara, it will be on there until you take it off. She stays where you put her. So when I wet my cotton round, I will set it on my lashes to let it break up the mascara, and then I will wipe it off. That is the most effective way to remove it. And I would say leave it on for about 10 seconds, 15 if you went ham like I did today with, you know, multiple coats. Leave it on for about 15 seconds before you wipe it off. It's gonna take everything off. Trust me, trust the process. It will take it all off, believe me. And let me show you what I did for skincare. Apologies, babes. I needed to switch out the battery because what I was using needed to charge. Okay, so getting back to this, and this is the La Mer Treatment Lotion. Again, I use La Mer when it's like critical. My skin ain't right and I need to get it right quickly. I bring out the heavy guns. La Mer is the heavy guns for me because it works really, really well. It's effective at hydrating my skin and getting it ready for, you know, makeup or the evening, you know, just winding down for the night, it just simply works. I know she's spency, but what I love to do is wait until the Sephora sales because, you know, as a rouge, you get 20% off. So that helps out tremendously when it comes to getting these gift sets. And they always around Christmas time have like a nice bundle, travel bundle, and then like the regular bundle for everyday use. So I kind of get them both so that I am prepared. I have my travel sizes when I need those, and then I have the bigger sizes or the regular sizes for when I need those. Again, I packed the La Mer cream. I think this is the cream. Yes, this is the conditioning cream. Again, heavy guns because I didn't know what I was walking into in terms of the weather and what it's going to be like and how my skin is going to react. So I needed to bring La Mer out. So I brought that. And then another thing that I brought as a safety, but I knew it was going to work. So I brought it, but I was surprised because I used it every single night. And I thought, okay, you know, I brought it just in case. And it's going to be, you know, just in case I need it, I'll have it. And I use it every night. It was by YSL, which I got in my YSL Advent calendar that I unboxed last year for Bella Miss. Still up in the air about whether I'm doing Bella Miss this year. And if I do it, it's probably going to be a shortened one and it may not contain advent calendars. I don't know yet. I don't know. Time will tell. But this is called Pure Shots. It is a night reboot. And that's exactly what this serum does. It kind of resets your face if you're feeling a little dry, a little parched, because, you know, let's face it, in Paris and in Rome, I wasn't really like worried about the water intake that I was doing. So I was sampling wines, sampling champagne. It's my birthday, so you know, we're gonna be a little naughty. So I knew that my skin was going to be dehydrated. I knew that it was going to need, you know, some extra TLC. So like I said, I packed the big guns just in case. And I'm so glad I did because, look, I used more than half. This bottle was full when I took it with me. And it's more than halfway done. So that lets you know she was very much used every single night. And no matter how tired I was, no matter how tipsy I was, I made sure that I took my makeup off at the end of the night and really stayed in that bathroom to really cleanse my skin. Because like I said, I wasn't really drinking a whole lot of water that I'm normally used to drinking. So I knew I needed to be extra loving to my skin. So that's what I used. And then lastly, cannot forget the lips. So I did pack my Burt's Bees, what I wore for my skin. Now, this is a vacation product, and I'm sorry because the label came off a long time ago and I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna have to look it up, but it was around the same time that I got this and a bunch of other like travel things for vacations. Vacation is the name of the brand, and they gave me like a whole host of things twice. Really great company. And I love this shimmer lotion. I love it even more than the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc that I did bring as well with me. But I like this just a little bit better because it's a little bit more liquid. And I love that it has this safety top so that See that? So that when you need it, you just flip it up and dole out what you need. I would be very cautious not to overload your hands because it is a liquid that can get out of hand if you're not careful. So I would just go in with a little at a time, work in sections, but I love the shimmer that it gives you. It's not overly glittery, even though there's a lot of glitter pieces in here, as you can see, but it doesn't give you like that heavy glitter feeling. It just gives you a nice sparkle. So for your shoulders, for your décolleté, especially for my legs, I went in ham with this. But this running rent free on my body all summer long. Leave the original, greatest of all time. Now I layered that with Fenty, which also is down to the last like few sprays. So I already have in my cart to get another one of this size because I love to like put it on the go, but also to get the regular big size. So I think I got for now the travel spray that has like refills, because I always wanted that, and every year I forget to order it and put it in my cart. This year I remembered and put it in my Sephora cart because I do know that the Sephora sale is coming. So I put it in there, and then I brought this with me, and again, this was halfway full, but it's toast now. It'll be gone before the end of this month, for real. So I got that. And then while I was there, I went into the Paris Sephora, which is what you saw me do in the first part of the Paris vlog. I went in there and I tried the Flames and Flowers by YSL. It's another Lieb. Babes, I predict this is going to be my fall scent. Now, by itself, it's fantastic. Has, you know, the longevity that you get from the original Lieb and also the Intense, which is also in my cart to pick up during the Sephora sale because I need that. I don't have any more of that. I also have that in the cart. So I needed to replenish it. And like I said, I also need to replenish the travel size of this. So that I did, it's in my cart, but I love that this whole line are bangers. All right, babes, now you have been Bellafied. Thank you for watching my September favorites. And until next time, take care, babes.